In this video, we'll be looking at the three main theoretical perspectives that sociologists use to look at society. They are functionalism, conflict theory, and symbolic interactionism. Before we get to these theories, I would like us to think a little bit about perspective. And to do that, I would first like you to look at this picture. So some of you might see a young lady, and some of you might see an older woman. Let's look at the next one and see if you still see the same thing. Okay, again, some of you might see a young lady and some of you might see an old woman. If you see a young lady, then her head is turned, and this is her nose. And this is her chin. She's wearing a choker style necklace. And this is her ear. If you see an older woman, then this is her nose. And she might have some kind of wart here. This is her chin. And then this is her mouth. And this would be her eye. Okay, no matter what you see, there'll be some people in the class that see one image, some that see another, because we all have different perspectives. Your life experiences have formed your perspectives in the way that you see the world. And just like you all see the world differently in a very unique way, sociologists see the world differently as well, and that's where theoretical perspectives come in. A theoretical perspective is a set of assumptions about an area of study. In the case of sociology, it is a set of assumptions about the workings of society. Supporters of a theoretical perspective consider it true and use it to organize their research. But competing, even conflicting theories usually exist at the same time. Conflicting theories can arise for many reasons. Perhaps not enough evidence exists to determine which theory is accurate, or different theories may explain different aspects of the problem. So there isn't always one theory that prevails. Sometimes more than one theory can be used, or more than one theory can be considered accurate. This is even true in the so-called hard sciences, such as modern physics. Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, for example, contradicts the widely accepted Big Bang theory of the origin of the physical universe. Einstein himself never accepted quantum theory, the theory about the relationship between matter and energy at the subatomic level. Nevertheless, quantum theory has become the foundation of modern developments in such fields as chemistry. Today, theories are being put forth that hold promise for combining quantum theory and the theory of relativity. If theories still compete in physics and other natural sciences, it should not be surprising that several other major theoretical perspectives exist in sociology. The three theoretical perspectives most widely used by sociologists are functionalism, conflict theory, and symbolic interactionism. Each of these perspectives provides a different slant on human social behavior. The exclusive use of any one of these theoretical perspectives prevents our seeing other aspects of social behavior. All three perspectives together, however, allow us to see most of the important dimensions of human social behavior. Okay, so we're going to go through each theory one by one, and it is important that you take notes and know about each one of these. So first off, functionalism. Functionalism emphasizes the contributions or functions of each part of society. Functionalism reminds me of Herbert Spencer, who thought that each part of society was like a part of the body. And just like your body needs all of the parts to function like it was intended to, so does society. It needs all parts, like family, economies, governments, those things. So functionalism emphasizes the functions of each part of society. It should be easy to remember. It also sees the parts of society as an integrated whole. For example, If a change in one part of society, if a change happens in one part of society, it's going to lead to changes in other parts, just like the ripple effect that we've talked about. So let's stop here for a second and consider this question. How does a change in the economy impact the family? Talk to those around you. How does a change in the economy impact the family? So functionalism sees the parts of society as an integrated whole. It also assumes that societies tend to return to a state of stability after some upheaval has occurred. For example, this is a picture of a student protest in the 1960s. So some changes that happened in the 1960s. One was Americans became suspicious of federal government's foreign policy. Universities also became more responsive to students, and environmental protection became an important issue. But these things did not revolutionize American society. They changed them, but they were absorbed into society. Most of the student radicals ended up being a part of the middle class that they once rejected. So functionalism assumes that societies return to a state of stability, and even though these changes happened, society still return to a state of stability. Functionalism also says that most aspects of a society exist to promote a society's survival and welfare. All complex societies have economies, families, governments, and religions, and they all exist to promote the society's welfare according to functionalism. So if these elements did not contribute to society's well-being and survival, they would disappear. Okay, functionalism also identifies the nature of a few different functions. One is manifest functions. Manifest functions are intended and recognized consequences of an aspect of society. Latent functions are the unintended and unrecognized consequences of an aspect of society. We're going to stop for a moment, and I would like for you to think about the manifest and latent functions of schooling, of formal schooling. What are the intended and recognized consequences and purposes of you coming to school, and what are the unintended and unrecognized consequences of you coming to school every day? Functionalism also says there must be a consensus on values within a society. Values are broad ideas about what people in a society consider to be desirable. And according to functionalism, we must all agree on what's important to us in order to form the rest of the elements of our society and remain stable. For Americans, democracy is a value. We desire democracy. It will be hard to find someone that doesn't like democracy. What are some other American values? We'll stop for a second and think about that.